Alright guys, I think we're live. Let's check our audio here. Started working on a year-long content plan for 2026, which I'm pretty excited about, guys. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. All right, I think you guys can hear me okay. Kraken's here. Elias is here. Hello, guys. Welcome to the stream today. Ooh, that was pretty crunchy, not gonna lie. How's your day going, Kraken? So what are we going to do today? We are going to try to figure out how to not be shanking the golf ball. That is the issue I was having yesterday at the driving range. I'm going to be honest, guys, it really messed me up mentally. Like Cougar at the start of Top Gun when he just gets rattled and he can't shake it off. It's like, oof, not a good feeling to be standing over the ball saying, I hope I don't feel it come off the hosel. But you know, guys, like I said in my post last night, some days are going to be like that. You're going to have tough days and challenging performances. Good, I had a hockey game this morning. We lost, but it was close. That's always fun. Hockey season in full swing. Good news, my dad reached 7 years sober yesterday. He started on December 6, 2018. Wow. Tell him congratulations, Elias. That's a very big accomplishment. I hope things have turned around since then. That's when he went to rehab. Well, you know, everyone's journey is different. I didn't have that experience, but it certainly is a thing that works for lots and lots of people, and what matters is that you're able to find sobriety and then maintain it, right? All right, we got to keep warming up. I'm not warm yet. It's very important, guys, to get your body ready to swing. So we're going to hope that we can sort out the shanks that we had yesterday. It was not very fun. To be hitting the ball that poorly. Why don't I move this a little bit closer? What do you guys think about that? So we're not going to be using the launch monitor today. Whoa. The ground is getting kind of frozen. Not even going to lie to you guys. Hey, Oscar's here. Everybody say hi to Oscar. Welcome to paradise. Can I have some help with my swing? You sure can. Tell me what's going on, Oscar. We'll talk about it. We'll do some drills. I'll share my thoughts. What type of launch monitor do you have? I have a RAPSODO MLM. If you're interested in learning more, there's a link in the description or in my bio. I don't have it set up here at the moment, but also this feels a little crooked. Doesn't it feel a little crooked? That seems better. How many years are you sober? I'm coming up on 5 years, Elias. It'll be 5 years in March. So I'm at like 4 3/4 years. I keep blocking my shot out to the right. Do you have any advice? Sure. So when the ball starts out to the right, is it fading? Is it drawing back at all? Or is it just kind of staying out to the right and flying straight? Hey, Paul's here. Hello, Paul. Appreciate you coming to say hello. Oh, felt good to find the club face, guys, not off the hosel. Oh my god, I shouldn't have said that, because that's exactly what just happened. I feel like it's in my head now, guys. It stays out there. I want to get a draw, though. Okay, so Oscar, what happens, just so you understand, when the ball is starting out to the right, but it's not curving, it tells us that the club face at impact is square to the path, but that your path is too far out to the right. So if you want to hit a draw, what you have to do is, instead of having that face be square to this path, you got to get it closed, pointed more to the left, so that when you hit the ball from the inside and the face is more closed, it's going to cause that ball to curve to the left through the air. I got to go back and watch this swing because I'm literally hosling it on like little chippy pitching wedge swings. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing. The swing looks fine. I'm just like delivering the hosel at impact. Alright, well, we know how to solve this, guys. We're just going to practice hitting it out of the toe. I'm going to go super, super slow. Just going to build the confidence back up. Move that strike pattern back, hopefully towards the center of the face, because shanking the ball is not fun. It's mostly the mental torment that gets to me. Welcome to paradise. Pull through, not push through. I see what you're saying. I'm starting to collect Titleist premium golf bags. I have the cart bag. Very cool. My handicap is 18. I'm 14. I played today and shot 88. Well, that's very good for your age. I see what you're saying here, Paul. Just a little more left lead side. It maybe was getting a little bit flippy. Let's do our paddle hand drill, see if we can work on that some. You know, we can put the glove on for even more effect and to stay warm while we're out here doing this. So this paddle drill, guys, you're basically just going to use this hand to push on the back of the grip. That's what she said. Nice one. This is going to force you to learn how to swing the club by turning and turning, like Paul was just saying, pulling that lead side through. Welcome to paradise. This is an excellent drill if you cast the club or, you know, get flippy from the top. Make it a little more difficult, you can grab a longer club. I've just got a pitching wedge here. Really working on letting this lead side drive the swing. You know, the body and the arms are staying connected, but my chest and my hips are really what's driving the speed. in the swing. Welcome to paradise. We'll probably incorporate the towel drill here as well, just to really hammer it home, trying to keep that connection, pull through with the left shoulder. That's really what it is feeling like. I like doing this drill because it gets back to that feeling like this is really the point where everything is centering around this front left shoulder. I wish we could go golf, but there's snow everywhere. I know, that time of year, guys. No body, robotic swing. Welcome to paradise. Guys, welcome to the stream. Just hitting 100 viewers. Give yourselves a like for sticking around to see 100 viewers. If you're new and you like golf, you're interested in golf, hit that subscribe button. Got lots of awesome content coming. Coastal Vibes said 4. Now you got to clarify. Are you saying F-O-U-R or F-O-R-E? Welcome to paradise. Does the towel really work? I think it works. It forces me to keep everything connected and actually turn. My, issue or tendency is to lift my arms too much in the backswing and get disconnected, and this lead arm gets above my shoulder plane, so my swing gets very steep coming down, and I have to do things like tilt and adjust to that. So when I actually turn, keeps my hands and arms closer to my body, more like a Ben Hogan, where his arms and hands and everything are really nicely connected. Sean O'Malley. I have heard that before. Sugar Sean. It doesn't help that I'm also covered in a lot of tattoos. That's your bad fault. Yeah, see, Paul knows. Paul's been watching me do it for months. 150 viewers, guys. Drop yourselves a like for all that support on a Sunday afternoon. We're out here in the cold, working on some drills, trying to stay warm, trying to share some knowledge, trying to get over the shanks that I developed yesterday. God, it was so frustrating to just be standing there being like, I just feel like it's going to come out of the hosel. And I haven't experienced that fear, that trepidation to take the club back in such a long time. It's really jarring. It was not very fun. I would not recommend it. But like I said in my video last night, guys, bad days are going to happen. You just got to bounce back, get back to work. Yeah, that was so good. That was such crisp contact for basically swinging the club with one hand. How's that look, Paul? Tell me how that plane looks. Hey, Jamin's here. Yeah, that looks so much better. It's not lifting up quite so much. Try not to hover the club, takes you out of plane straight away. I like hovering it or just barely, because for me, Paul, when I take the club back on the grass and it gets stuck or it gets like jerked by the grain, I get so mentally thrown off. I never hit a good shot when that happens. So I started just barely, trying to avoid that. But I hear your point. I just don't like starting the club starting the swing with the club, fully resting on the ground, but I do understand what you're saying. Your attack angle won't be good. I'm not sure how I understand how they're correlated, but digging the fit. Big Lebowski vibes. Dude abides. I love it, Jamin. Hell yeah, that made my whole day. Yeah, this is one of the coziest articles of clothing that I don't wear nearly enough. It's like a sweater material and vibe, but it also has a hoodie. And it's just like a little bit oversized and very warm and cozy to wear. And it's Sunday, so I couldn't stream in full-on sweatpants, but I wasn't going to put real pants on, so joggers it was with a couple extra layers underneath. That felt really good. Like when I actually turn back, Paul, as much as I can, it doesn't just get like, I lose all the hand depth when my arms go this way instead of this way. Welcome to paradise. Guys, if you're listening and you're interested in taking your game to the next level, I would love to help you get there. Head to the link in my bio for one-on-one coaching lessons. You can send me video of your swing. We work together on building a plan, depending on what your goals and access to different facilities are. A one-of-one classic for sure. In plane or out of plane? I hear you. Frog is here. How can you help us get better if you're terrible yourself? Well, that would be a good question, Reese. But I've spent 20 years becoming a pretty good golfer. But it is good to know that there are still people out there who have a long way to go working on themselves. Habits, you get comfy and then you're struggling. I hear what you're saying. How are you doing today, sir? 20 years and you're shanking it. Yeah, it happens sometimes. You go watch, go check out, worst shots the pros have ever hit, and you can watch Francesco Molinari, who's a major winner, top the ball off the first tee at Pebble. You can watch Tiger Woods top it off the tee in Dubai. Ian Poulter's got like half a dozen shanks on there. That doesn't change the fact that they're amazing golfers. But yeah, when you swing a golf club enough times, eventually, patterns happen or your body isn't warmed up a certain way. And the strike gets occasionally closer to the heel. I mean, Ian Poulter has talked about this. He says his tendency is to strike the ball more on the heel side. So when his swing gets off, that moves more and more to the heel. And occasionally it hits the hosel. These are just things that happen. I'm with you, buddy. You're cooking. These comments are crazy if you actually play golf. Well, guys, I'm grateful for the support. Also, not for nothing, I've talked about this a lot before. I'm much better at helping other people and coaching and looking at somebody's swing and saying this is what needs to change or where it needs to go versus doing it myself. Those are different things, different skills. And I love helping my friends and my buddies who are also really good players, scratch plus handicap type players. And they'll say, hey, come take a look at what we're doing, see if anything looks off. And that's really when I started feeling comfortable saying, okay, if these guys are coming to me saying, we value your input, certainly a 12 handicap is somebody that I know I could help. You just need to know your own swing when it's good and when it's not. Exactly. Reese has never failed to make flawless contact with the ball. Paul's correct. Everyone's built different. Absolutely. I'm a 1.3 handicap right now, guys. See, that is already so much better just because we've identified what the problem was. We did some things to correct it. We did some drills, and I'm already feeling much better. Mentally, at least. Who knows, where the ball's going to go. But it's good to have those drills, those pieces of feedback you can lean on. Just got to actually turn. The boy you played with who scratched, he was really settled on the ball before he went. Yes, I don't do very well at that. I kind of am always fidgeting and moving around. Are you saying we should address that? Like I need to be really just locked in before I swing? And just hold it. Like a statue. Back towards the target always helped me make the turn. I'm a 16. My best on 18 is 96. Well, you've already broken 100. That's awesome. Back to the target is a really good one. For me, it just feels like I have to keep going further. Like my tendency is just get kind of lazy and then my arms go this way, go straight up instead of staying connected and turning. So my thought is almost like keep going. Oh yeah, that's miles better. I can already feel we've moved it significantly back towards the center. So sometimes that's all it takes, guys. You got to be, brutally honest in your evaluation of your performance. You got to come up with a plan to address it. Once you've identified what the issue is, you implement the plan and you readjust and reevaluate the results. Now we watch it back. You can help it, you just need to get used to it. I agree with that. Anything can be fixed or worked on. Let's see how this swing looks. Oh, so much better already. No, I love it. That's the only way. You have to be brutally honest. It's nice seeing that arm plane is almost right back on my shoulder plane. It's not way up here, but it's more, like Justin Rose, like just a straight line across your shoulders, which is what we're looking for. I could talk golf all day. Well, you're in the right place, Jay Flaz. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are enjoying hanging out. How do I rotate better? Been told I'm all upper. So you can do some work with bands. Maybe Paul will have some ideas too. Oops. Welcome to paradise. Oh, it's a lot more relaxed. What are the best clubs for new golfers but a good ball striker on a budget 400 to 600 for irons? I would look at the Tacoma, maybe 201s. If you're a new golfer but you're, think your ball striking is a strength. Welcome to paradise. You can actually feel your swing. Yeah, I know. It definitely feels way, way better than yesterday. That is certain. If you need to rotate better, right, a drill that I really like is if you hold a club across your chest like this, and let's say this is the golf ball you're trying to hit right in the middle of your stance. Get in your posture, hold it across like this, and in your backswing, you're going to get this end of the club to point at the ball. So that's how much rotation you want in the backswing. Right, so how do I rotate and turn my body back to get this club pointed at that golf ball? And then conversely, the downswing is the same thing. We're trying to get this end pointed back at that spot as well. So when you do it in the swing, it looks like that. And that's what your swing will feel like. Welcome to paradise. So working on that turn. Again, that towel drill can be a really good one to help you push back. Jamin says, excellent recommendation. 201s are forged and nothing beats that feel. Kraken says 200 viewers is crazy. Yeah, the most we've ever seen on the channel, guys, I think is around 450 is the highest like peak concurrence that I've ever had. But yeah, I think when you're adding value and trying to help people, you know, it's something that people stop and say, hey, let me check this out. Let me see what John has to say. Maybe I'll hit that subscribe button. All right, so to practice, we're going to exaggerate what Paul said. We're going to try to feel extremely settled over the ball. We're just going to hold that for 5 seconds, and we're going to hold the finish for what feels like 5 seconds too. So that can be a good way to work on balance. Trying to feel more settled over the ball. Let me grab like an 8-iron. Starting to feel looser. Just got to keep working on that. You can't stop lifting the club head. Do you mean in the takeaway? Or do you mean like right before I take it back? That one I felt like I was just kind of pushing it off of the ground. Your swing looks effortless. Thanks so much. It's taken a lot of work and a lot of practice. Can your left arm bend on the backswing, or is that a no-no? It's not the best. It's not something you see very typically with lots of good golfers, but you certainly can. I mean, the golf ball doesn't know what your swing looks like, right, guys? But generally speaking, the way that people try to generate speed and swing the club on a wide arc sort of requires that left arm be straight. You know, you're trying to push this thing out, try to create a nice, wide, big, tall arc. Wait, are you struggling with lifting the club head on the takeaway? No, at the very start, it's a habit you have. I guess maybe I don't fully understand. You think I just need to practice keeping the club head like lower on the ground? Like we can practice feeling it staying on the ground longer? Is that what you're looking for? Any good drills for early extension? My shots are a little push draw. I got you, Justin. Just need to change the habit to being settled. Okay, that's good. All right, so for early extension, guys, that means that our right hip is kind of moving towards the ball. We're coming off that right foot early. What helped me the most, Justin, was understanding that the early extension is really just a reaction to what happens in your backswing and how you're trying to get back to the ball. My early extension was caused by an inside takeaway and then getting steep, so getting over the plane, and then in order to get the club back on plane and be able to hit the ball, you kind of dump the right hip and you tilt back, right? Kind of like a Will Zalatoris, except he does it much more, in a much prettier way, right? You can still hit decent golf shots that way, but over time it's going to be tough on your body. It puts a lot of strain on your lower back. That was the main reason I worked on my early extension. And what I found was I needed to feel like the club almost stopped at the top. Because when I got quick from the top and I throw the club out this way, that's when I have to extend and tilt to hit it. But if I just keep the club out on the way back, and then I let it pause and fall in transition, then I don't need to early extend. The drill, Justin, that helped me the most was just lead arm swing. So put your feet together, hold the club in just your front side out in front of you, swing it back, take a step, and swing. It's a much more natural movement. And you won't early extend because there's no reason to, because the early extension is a result. It's a symptom of what's happening before. Whereas if you can just learn how to feel this timing with just the lead side, that can help a lot. So give that a try. No lifting. Hello, John Wick. I've always wanted to say hi to you. I've seen all your movies. Thanks, fan. I'm not saying you can't hit that way, just nowhere near as consistent. I hear you, Paul. Besides just swing like a madman, any good drills to practice start improving swing speed if I have solid fundamentals? Yeah. So for speed, you know, my understanding is a lot of the things that are skills that are correlated to generating club head speed, right? Vertical leap, how much pressure you can put into the ground and push away, right? Because you're really trying to push away from the ground. That's why you watch, you know, if you watch Kyle Berkshire when he's swinging the club at or hitting balls, you know, over 200 miles an hour, right? He's pushing and his foot is even landing back over here because he's just putting so much pressure into the ground to generate speed. So you can do a bunch of, you know, deadlifts and squats, train your lower body, you know, do explosive type drills, you know, box jumps. Just practice pushing off the ground. You can see I'm not very good at it. My leap is like 17 inches right now, but that's the thing we're going to work on. Justin said subscribed. Amazing. Besides, going to try this. Thank you so much, bro. Let's hope I can drop my handicap to a 6. You definitely can. Good teaching. Thank you so much. I appreciate you saying that, guys. Kotez said thanks. Welcome to paradise. All right, let's get these balls cleaned up. Decent golfer is a 10 to 15, a good golfer is 6 to 8, and a great golfer is 2 to 4, and exceptional is scratch or plus. So you don't think I should call myself a decent golfer if I'm like close to scratch? I've been scratch. The best handicap I've ever had, guys, is plus 1.4. So we're going to settle. I also tend to go like this, Paul. I don't know if you can tell. I just try to lean back. Oh, I haven't opened it yet, guys. That's a great way to not spill your soda. Reese seems pretty upset about it. Guys, you've seen... I post videos of me shanking the ball. You've seen me miss 2-footers on the channel. You guys have, you know, seen me live stream whole rounds of golf where I shot under par. I'm just not the kind of... You know, my handicap is what it is. I wish it was lower. But I also wish it was higher. I mean, if I really cared that much about managing my cap, it would be higher. Paul says, Def a lot smoother. He said he was, and for real. Kraken says, Paul, what's your handy? I'm not mad, I'm just very skeptical. It's a crazy claim. It's not that crazy. What would be crazy is if I said I was like a, you know, plus 3. Well, I'm not. I'm a 1. It would also be crazy if I said I was a 10. Yeah, that feels so much better. I can just let my body kind of wind and unwind. It's not... I felt like last night I was really swinging with my arms. Welcome to paradise. Just leave the chat then. Korean said hi. Hey, Squirrel Sniper's here. One of the best golfing souls I've met. Well, that means a lot to me, Squirrel Sniper. I appreciate you. Haven't played for a long time. Crazy is having those assumptions. You might be outnumbered, Reese. We've been building this community here for, you know, almost a year now. You can watch me play golf. I mean, go check out the channel, watch some of the full-length videos. You can decide for yourself if you think I'm full of it or not. All right, settled. We gotta feel settled. I understand now what you're saying, Paul, about lifting up. That was the one where I went this way. That seems better. Hey, Joshua's here. I can tell you around, scratch how pure you hit it looks effortless. Well, it depends on the day. Really depends on the day, guys. A Korean teacher, very cool. I understand your cry for help. It's common here on YouTube. Be nice, guys. Be nice. And he's not wrong. I mean, if somebody was like, hey, I see you literally shanking the ball, I'm a little skeptical. I don't blame him. But it's also December, and it's 36 degrees. And we're working on some stuff, you know? Sometimes you gotta work it out. You'll be a lot happier the more kindness you spread rather than hating behind a keyboard. It's hard for you. Treat like the putting eventually it's second nature. I know, I gotta really dial it in. That felt really good. Welcome to paradise. Something. Yeah, no, 1.3 is where we're at. It's almost within reach. Coach wants to know, I use jumbo-sized Tour Velvet grips. They have a little extra tape on the bottom hand as well. Had my first Taekwondo grading. Nice. How'd it go? Almost within reach. Sub will have to excite the channel more later. Well, I appreciate... Oh, explore the channel more later. Thanks for being here, bro. I appreciate you. If you guys are having a good time, hit that subscribe button. It really does help us out. We are continuing to work on building this platform. Trying to use golf to combat the stigma around sobriety and mental health. You know, things that I'm passionate about. Trying to help people and create a space where people feel comfortable and can feel supported and get some optimism. You know, there's so much negativity in the news, in the internet, a lot of cynicism. But why not just try to create a space that's a little more positive, where people feel lifted up? Like the stream, show some love. It's also free. Where would you ball position for a 4-iron? Same for you hybrids. Yeah, so like half a ball forward of center. So most of my irons, I'm playing right in the center here. And then for a longer iron or a hybrid, I'm going to move it like maybe a ball forward of there. So not up to like my front heel, the, you know, driver's like up here. But just, you know, slightly forward of center. By maybe like one golf ball. Does that make sense? I think it went well. I think I find out if I pass on Tuesday. Well, that's exciting. I guess I'm taking my eye off the ball as well. I keep doing that in the takeaway. I think that's also causing some of my problems. Yes, sir. Thanks. I got you, bro. Let's see how that swing looks. Yeah, I really like the tempo there. It's getting a lot smoother at the top. And the arm plane, much, much better. About a club head's width from your heel to the front of the ball is how my coach describes it. There you go. Yeah, all kinds of different ways. You got to find what works for you. What I would tell you is that it's better to be consistent than it is to be right. You can learn how to hit shots from anywhere, but you just want it to be the same when you're setting up to it. All right, so we got to feel settled. And then hold the finish, right? Welcome to paradise. Might be camera angle. Feet line looks open. Might be compensating to hit middle of the net. I do the same. Not trying to criticize. Oh, I appreciate you telling me, Adam. That's okay. My feet are generally somewhat, you know, like slightly open. I try not to worry about that too much. I try to care more about where the, you know, where the club face is pointed and where the golf ball is going. But it is, some of it is also the camera angle. You guys are more directly in line with the golf ball, right? So it's almost like a little bit across. Hear that, guys? With one hand, that's pretty good. That was a nice strike for just having the one hand. Oh. Who else has drills they want demonstrated? Who else is working on their game? Does feet being open not help to rotate hips, though? Can you hit a 3-iron? I don't have a 3-iron in my bag at the moment, guys. Flaring your feet can certainly help with your rotation, right? I don't know about, like, I thought you were talking about my stance being open like this, but yes, if your feet are square but open like this, a lot of older players will do that, you'll see, you know, or to help get some extra rotation. So that's kind of exaggerated, but I think it is recommended to have some amount of flare in your feet. 4-iron, don't have one of those either, bro. I have a 5-iron. It's the longest one we've got. Then we've got a hybrid, 7-wood, 5-wood. Welcome to paradise. When golf streaming at 4 p.m. but taking dinner out of the oven at 5 p.m. That's a really good comment, Adam. Oh. Oh, starting to get a little dark out here, guys. Strike wasn't very good, but the tempo felt okay. Hey, brother, seen a video about starting the downswing with a down hinge, throwing the club out behind you. Thoughts on that feel? It's not the one that I would go to be honest. For me, that tends to feel more like I'm like casting it, or it's getting, you know, steep and over the plane. Hit the 5. It's the only long iron I have. It's the only one hit. I don't know why. Well, the longer irons do get harder, right? You know, it's a bigger club. It's more penal on off-center strikes. Can you feel your swing plane? Yeah, I'm starting to feel it when it's more just. I think the honest answer from yesterday was I was really stiff and my, you know, my back, my upper spine really did not want to turn. All right, let's hit some real ones, but with the towel still. Grab these golf balls here super quick and reset. Did anybody see my one tip or one drill to fix your slice forever video? People have been asking for that sort of thing for a long, long time. Yesterday you were over the top from the start of the swing. Yes, that seems right. That was the best strike I've had in a while. That one felt like I tried really hard not to pick it up. How about tucking your shirt? Do you mean generally, or do you mean I should have my shirt tucked in to hit golf balls in my own backyard? You need a new mat? That thing's taking a beating, bro. I hear you, Coates. Or Cotes. It definitely has. But it's still got some life left in it. We got some spots we can keep using it. And these things aren't cheap. I don't know why they're so expensive, but if anybody has an artificial turf company and you want to sponsor the channel, send me a new mat. We'll talk about it as much as you need me to. Kind of stuck that one in the ground, it felt like, but it wasn't out of the hosel, so we'll take that. Paul, like that last swing. Okay, we'll take that. Not like the drill you're doing, but your shirt in your armpits. Oh, I see what you're saying. You can just tuck the shirt. I understand what you're saying. Yes, instead of using a towel or a band or something. Hey, Kraken, thanks for being here, bro. What balls are you using? They sound like they're made of clay. These are a bunch of old shag bag golf balls. These are mostly Pro V1s, though. There's a Bridgestone. Mostly old Pro Vs. But I have no idea what it sounds like off the mat into the net. That felt so nice. Who else has questions, or if you're working on a slice, we can help with your swing? Clay. He's convinced they sound like clay. Well, also, guys, if you enjoy bonus content and getting early access to videos on the channel, you can become a channel member and show some support. There's some different levels of options on there, so head to the channel page and check those out if you want to support us and get early access to bonus content. Settled. Would you know why I spin my driver so much? I spin it in low of 3,000, club head speed around 103. Usually it has to do with descent angle, or excuse me, attack angle. So right, if you're really hitting down on the driver, that will cause it to add a bunch of spin. So if you're able to get on TrackMan or a GC Quad, something where you can get some good data off of the club, try to learn how to hit up on the driver. You know, generally you want it launching off the club somewhere in the 13 to 18 degree range. That's going to optimize the spin and the carry for the club head speed that you do have. 103 is good though, man. Settled. Flush it. That feels so much better already. I think I just wasn't turning at all. Just lifting my arms and trying to like... Hello, Miss Lady. The superstar's here. Hi. How you? You came to say hi to Dad? Yeah, do you want to say hi to the people? Everybody drop a like for the superstar that is Miss Lily. Oh, you gonna dig holes? You gonna dig holes in the ground? We already have so many, though. But we already have so many. I know. What do you think? What if we don't need any more? Have you considered? Have you considered? Hit up on the ball, stay behind the ball the whole time. I'm lefty wide, I keep hooking the ball only on my drives. Well, Black Ben, it tells you that the club face is closed at impact. So what I would have you do next time you're on the driving range with the driver, practice hitting some slices. Learn how to see the ball going the other direction. You got to build the skills that are controlling the club face and the path into impact. That's what's going to cause the trajectory of the ball, whether it's starting, you know, for you, maybe your draw is starting out to the left and then turning a whole bunch. It might be starting right and going right. But either way, if you learn how to alter your path and face relationship at impact to get the ball curving the other direction. No, we don't need any more holes in the yard. Go on, go see your mother. Go see your mother. Yeah. Because I want you to develop those skills, right? And not just say, hey, here's one drill. I went on a sim and it said my angle of attack was around +3. Well, it sounds like maybe the driver head then. Every other shot slicing to the right and only the right. So face is open then, Vanna. You got to practice. Same thing, like the opposite of what I just said to Ben, right? If you are seeing the ball slicing and you want to stop slicing, you've got to get that club face more closed. So the slice is caused by this face being open or pointed to the right, and then you make kind of this glancing blow across the ball at impact, right? If you can imagine, a more powerful shot would be one where the face is closed and you're hitting down on the ball. Hey, Wolfgang is here. What's up, buddy? You're in the danger zone. You are in the danger zone, sir. Further the club goes away from the ball, the harder the swing becomes. I agree with that. Yeah, so like wedges will be easier, driver will be the hardest. Sycamore is here. Hello, Sycamore. Oh, guys, it feels nice to find the club face again. Feel much better about this plane and the way the swing feels. It feels like it's more being driven by my body than by my hands and arms. Right? These arms are just attached to me and I'm swinging them around my body like I'm trying to, if this was a rope, right? I want to whack that ball. I wouldn't do it with my wrists. I would use these big muscles and I would turn and get that club moving around my body. Mainly up the way. So for drivers, the toe over heel, I can't get into a full swing ever. What's a good drill besides slower swings to get to that feel? You're talking about getting the face turning over, like to hit a draw? Is that what you mean, Coach? Help me understand exactly what you mean. So I like the drill where you put the head cover down. Here, we can even use this. Put this down behind and to the right. So if you want to learn how to hit a draw, put that head cover down or some sort of physical barrier. This will help you not slice the ball. Because you got to learn how to hit shots from the inside and not disturb that physical barrier. Another one you could try, Coates, is aiming, set up to hit the ball to center field, right? Right down the center of the fairway, but force yourself to hit it, down the left field line or into the left trees. Just really exaggerate what you have to do to produce that draw shot. It might be a huge hook, but you got to learn, within the context of your own swing and athletic feels and skill level, how do I get that club face more closed? And by hitting a big hook and learning to exaggerate that, right? I'm talking about, I'm set up to hit it straight and I'm going to force myself to hit it like over there. Right? So just learn what you need to do to get that club face more closed. And you'll start hitting it much, much better. My right hand never overtakes my left hand, like never, ever. Guys, it's cold out here. We're doing our best to help you guys with your game. Drop some likes. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Where did Reese go? I kind of miss arguing with Reese about my handicap. Bring back Reese. Hey, Cena's here. Hello, Cena. Just doing some drills. You're consistent to handicap, very impressive. No, 1.3 is where we're at right now. But it's been going the wrong way, guys. Over the last 5 years, I've spent most of that time between +1 and 0. And then this year, I didn't play a lot of golf. My handicap went up to like 2 point something. Then towards the end of the year, we got it back down into the ones. But 1.3 is where we ended this year, and we'll start next year. Excuse me. Too much digging. Come on. No. Okay, go inside. Yeah, thank you. Oh, crazy dogs. I didn't even know there was decimals in a handicap. I say I shoot 90 to 99. That's my handicap. Well, that works. Nothing says you need to have an official one. Sycamore says keeping the armpits warm. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about primarily is armpit warmth. Every time I come out here, I'm like, how do I keep the pits warm? Got to settle over the ball. Be honest, I don't know if I like it. Down, 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 down. Jamin's keeping the chat going, guys. Let's see you absolutely pelt it. Okay, we can try that. Sir, how may I help you? You're in the danger zone. That's the danger zone, sir. All right, this is 8 iron. We're just gonna swing hard. That was hit pretty decent, actually. I don't like swinging that hard very regularly, but it is kind of fun. Let's keep going. Let's just swing fast. You should add a target on the back wall. That way we can see the aim. That's not a bad idea. Hey, what's up, Adam? Coach says pure. Jamin the GOAT. Absolutely, guys. Keep the chat going. Appreciate you guys being here. Showing your support. As ever, if you have questions or drills you want demonstrated. Sometimes it's nice to swing hard and just worry about how fast can I move this club, still get it on the ball, and keep my balance. I think pretty soon, guys, we're going to take the tent down so we can just do a bunch of driver and speed work out here and not have to worry about hitting it. And we can stream that, because we're going to do that a bunch over the winter. Gonna really try to Try to get the club head speed going back up again. What are you drinking? I've got a Polar Seltzer, the lime variety. I only swing fast. How to hit down on the ball and compression. So this is the same thing, guys. When you're trying to get that compression, you got to make sure that you're hitting the ball first and then the turf. So we need to make sure that our weight is being transferred forward in transition to get that low point in front of the ball. And with the irons, you want to feel like you're swinging it from high to low, right? You want to be hitting down on the back of that ball, de-lofting this club, right, with the hands forward at impact. You know, we're not flipping or throwing the club or trying to scoop it. We're trying to deliver a powerful strike on this ball. So, practice. You can practice at really slow speed. Just learn how to hit the ball first and then the turf. Hello, Miss Lady. Hi. Hi. You gonna help us practice? You gonna help the people? Yeah. You probably don't know you're doing it. I probably don't. I probably don't. Okay, you gotta go inside. Go. Inside. Alright, guys, bear with me. Watch this quick ad. No, inside. Leave him be. Leave him be. Come on. Whew. Kids, am I right? Thank you for the tip. You're welcome. All right, guys, thanks for sticking with me. Got a few more minutes out here before it's totally dark, but we'll do our best. That's all we can do. All right, so we got to settle. Strike was good. The arms might have been a little steep. Oops. Yep, just steep on the arms. That felt really good. That one felt really good. Same. Hey, big shots here. Fred said back at it again. Yeah, what's up, Fred? Nice to see you again here on the stream. Thanks, guys. Guys, hit that like button if you're enjoying hanging out. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We do daily streams helping people out with free lessons and tips while I work on my own game. Sometimes, you know, tell stories and talk about things that are important to me, like sobriety and mental health, parts of my human journey. Using golf as a platform to combat the stigma around those issues. Feels very strange, Paul, but we're doing it. Just holding that start position. And then holding the finish. Trying to stay nice and balanced. Exactly right, Coates. 5'11.5", if I'm being 1,000% honest. How's the knee feeling? It's been feeling pretty good, to be honest. I've been wearing this brace. They got me one of those big, like, 6-strap giant braces. So when I walk around, I've been wearing that, and that's helped quite a bit. But swinging and hitting balls was never the thing that bothered me. It was just I can't walk more than, like, 100 yards. before it starts getting pretty angry, and then it gets really swollen, and then we're just all having a bad time. So just got to find a way to do that and still maintain the tempo. Keep up the positivity, dude. Love from England. Appreciate you, my dude. Thanks for being here, supporting the channel, guys. One of my favorite parts about being able to do this and using the internet as a platform is we get people from all over the globe, and it's so cool. We get all kinds of different perspectives, but at the same time, it also makes you realize that people are just people everywhere. We're all going through a difficult, complex human experience. And things like, anxiety and depression, or things like substance abuse, they're not specific to countries or certain groups of people. They're everywhere. So we should talk about them like that. Oh, we start hitting it out of the toe now. That's amazing. We've made so much progress trying to not shank it. I was shanking the ball so much yesterday. Just keep swimming, absolutely. It will, because you need to break the habit like alcohol. Hey, Adam's here. No drinking. Day 28 or 29, something like that, right, Adam? Coming up on a month. Don't get addicted to bad shit. Well said, Paul. Isaac's back. Nice and steady, nice and steady. That was maybe the best swing I made tonight. Pretty confident in that. Let's see how it looks. Guys, drop some likes on the chat for Adam, continuing his sobriety journey. That looks pretty good. Continue to inspire me every day, Adam, with your consistency and commitment to showing up for yourself. That was insanely good. We might have figured it out. Just have to actually turn, keep the tempo, and I think Paul's right. I think just a little extra stability from the start. Pretty sweet, guys. We're club twirling in the net again. I like the profile pic. There we go, guys. Just bros supporting bros. That's what that is. 29 days. Thanks, dude. New sim at work helps. That's amazing. Perfect tempo on that bad boy. Smooth. I know, that last one was good. I like that last one. Just got to stay nice and still. That's a good thing to work on, guys. There's always something you can find, something around the edges. It's maybe slightly a groove high, but not out of the hosel, guys. That's really what we're looking for. Ever been to England, my guy? A few times, actually, Fred. I studied abroad at the London School of Economics. I went there on a backpacking trip. The first time I ever went to Europe, when I was like 19. We were in London, just north of the city, for a wedding this past summer. But most of that trip was actually spent in Ireland. We just popped down to London for a couple days for the wedding. Oh yes, we're back. We are back. We are getting dug back. Alcohol is comfort zone, golf, bad habits, same thing. Absolutely, Paul. It just takes practice, right? We're just grinding on it. I'm just working on settling for several seconds before every swing. Look how good that is, guys. Put that one in your... I'll put some lead in your pencil. What's your distances from 9-iron to driver? Question, what bag do you have? I have like a Titleist Lynx Master leather bag with my old club logo on it. It's pretty heavy, to be honest, guys. I wouldn't recommend it if you're going to carry all the time. But it's been a solid bag for me. So settle. We're just going to hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 9-iron on the golf course is probably like 150, feels real comfy. 8-iron, 160, maybe 162. 7-iron's like 170, 175. 8-iron's 185 to 190. 5-iron's kind of in that 195, 200 yard range. The hybrid I have, I play as like a 210 club. My 7-wood goes 225. 5-wood is like 240 to 250, depending off, if it's off the deck or off the tee. And then driver in the air goes, on a good day, like 275. That ball should be kind of in the mid 160s. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Good strike. Damn, Paul, that's deep. That got me. My brother's adamant about using blades, effective strike, and not get sloppy using forgiveness irons. I've been there for both. Yeah, I've seen both sides of the argument. I have blades. I've played blades for a long time. You guys have heard me talk about these old MBs. But I just am not convinced that they're the answer. Like Brad Dahlke's playing Callaway's CB iron. There's lots of pros playing CB irons. I'm not as good as those guys. Need to cut out the bad. Yeah, we're working on it. Pull through, more balance. I see what you mean. I kind of end up more over here instead of like up here with my weight. It's like more around is what that feels like to me. I'm on the other side. I just got the old Nike slingshots. Well, those are good too, man. Guys, we unfortunately are probably going to have to wrap up kind of soon because it is getting real dark. So just working on holding that position. Slingshot is the way. I play cavity backs. That's great. There is nothing wrong with playing the clubs that will help you play your best golf. It is kind of silly, right? I have blades in my irons, but I have, I talk all the time about, I like having head cover, a bunch of head covers, using the hybrids and the 7-wood instead of like 3 and 4 irons, but so I think that's on my list of objectives for 2026 in terms of equipment. Be finding some more forgiving irons to put in the bag. Always on the pin. There we go. Damn, it's dark out early. I know, bro. 4:45. It's not good. This time of year is real tough for us golfers. It's usually fully dark by about 4:30. It sounds like a shotgun going off in the cold weather. There you go. Hitting off that mat is giving you a false sense of reality. Well, my evidence doesn't agree with that, but I have made tons and tons of good progress hitting off a mat into a net. It's not for everything, right, guys? You still got to practice uneven lies and grain, all kinds of different things. But for working on your swing and your technique and your ball striking skills, you can do lots and lots of good work in a setup like this. That feels really, really good to me. That's the most accurate mat to a municipal course if I've ever seen one. Do you strike outside of the net? What happens? Oh, we don't talk about that. It doesn't happen ever. We only hit it into the net. There we go, guys. That looks really good to my eye. Really happy with how that swing looks. Whew. Anybody have drills or things they're working on in their game? Things that I can help with? You know, struggling with a slice or trying to hit the ball better? Nothing but net. What are your thoughts on aim point putting? I love aim point. I use aim point. You won't be starching off irons off the deck in the municipal tracks you play. Well, I don't know what the negativity is about, hockey guy, but you're not going to get super far around these parts with that attitude. People like to complain about things not being, you know, it's like, it's not a perfect setup, it's not this, it's not perfect, it's not perfect. Well, doing something is better than doing nothing, even if it's not the perfect thing. More settling over the ball is really helping me strike the ball out of the center of the face. Do you have a drill to stop early extension? Yes, totally. So early extension is mostly a result of the club getting steep and kind of quick from the top, right? So if you throw the club out over the plane from the top of the swing, I used to do this myself. I early extended so much, right? But it's all because the club is going this way, so you have to tilt and go like this to get the club back on the ball. So to fix that, you need to fix the transition. Make sure that you have room. You know, the club isn't getting steep and over the top, but give yourself lots of room to keep that club head out away from you in the takeaway. And then learn how to let it just fall. The start of the transition is just, you know, it has to almost stop moving. If you get really quick trying to swing the club from the top, that's when you early extend. So do some freezer drills. I really like this one, where you take the club to the top and you fully pause for a whole second and just learn how to sequence the swing. I also made a lot of progress with lead arm only swings. So I would hold the club out in front of me, just in my lead side, swing it back, take a step, and just learn what that sequencing feels like, especially paying attention to your hips and your lower body, right? You don't need to go this way because there's no, you know, that's just a reaction to what already happened. So when you learn how to sequence just the way the club wants to work, you'll see that early extension get much, much easier to control. Practice makes perfect, simple as that. There you go. Triggered because you know it's true. Well, if I was triggered, bro, we wouldn't still be doing this months and months and months later, but I'm happy to play a match anytime you want. I'm a 1.3 handicap. I'll give you as many shots as you want. Good advice on downhill lies. Hard to get the ball to pop up on those shots. To be clear, guys, there's you know, thousands and thousands of golfers who are plus handicaps and really good players. And those are not the kinds of people who are going to tell you to stop practicing if you want to get better at golf. Do you plan to create a full sim, or are you happy with the current setup? So yeah, Jamin, you're going to take more club. See, if you need to hit it high off a downhill lie, you know, take more club because that lie is going to de-loft it into impact. But a lot of it is just accounting for it. You know, you might not be able to fly the ball pin high if it's going to come out lower off a downhill lie. You might have to play to the front of the green and let the ball take a skip up. I'm hyped. M. Hamill's here. So I would love to get a full sim in here. I just don't know what that looks like with an outdoor setup. Hey, Anderson's here. Club should influence the body and motion. One-handed swings for both sides are unreal practice. Do them all the time. Yeah, I totally agree with that, Coates. Just really learn how to sequence that thing. Another one, I made a video about this recently, but if you've ever seen the pirate ship ride at an amusement park, it has, you know, they put some speed into it at the bottom, but it's not quick and fast at the top of the arc. They kind of send it up, and then it's slow here, and then it's fast at the bottom. That's the tempo we want our golf swing to have. It's up to the top. The top is really slow. It's going to feel slow. And then fast at the bottom. Got an iron fitting today. That's fun for the QI irons. Nice. So something like that, where there's a little bit of a pause. Because again, this club needs time to change direction. If you think about a boat with a water skier behind it, if the boat starts jerking around, well, it's not going to be a smooth ride for that guy back there. But if you wanted to really send him going fast in a direction, you kind of build up that speed and then you would whip it at the bottom. So that's what we're trying to recreate as far as the tempo goes. It goes back up to the top, slow at the top, and then fast again at the bottom. Hard to pass on ping, though. Which dot color did they give you? Good one. Let the weight drop a bit instead of pulling it down. And also nice, Anderson. There we go. See, guys, I love this community that we're building together. Where, like, Anderson has some fun golf news. He's like, hey, I'm going to go check out John's stream and let everybody know that I got some new irons. I mean, that's amazing. This is quite gay. What's wrong with being gay, bro? Tell me. I have a disability called slice. Pray for me. Well, we can fix that, bro. I'll give you a drill. Grab your head cover. Your driver head cover. I'm going to use this mitten, but you grab your driver head cover, put it down behind your ball to the right. Just like that. And if you slice, that over-the-top slice path with the open club face will be blocked. What, did you paint those pants on? You never seen a man wear joggers before, bro? I got 2 layers on because I'm freezing out here. It's 37 degrees. But it's a little strange that you'd be so concerned with another man's clothing if you didn't like gay people, because that's the kind of activity that gay people engage in. Gay for golf. Yeah, we're all gay for golf. Been hitting on a toe a lot lately. How can I fix that? So just practice hitting it on the heel. If your strike is moving out to the toe, if you intentionally learn how to move your strike pattern around the face, you know, learn how to hit it on the toe, learn how to hit it on the heel. By intentionally trying to move your strike back closer to the heel, you'll be able to get that ball ending up, you know, closer to the center of the face, which is what we want. So try to hit 10 balls in a row out of the heel, or as close to the heel as you can get it. Gay pants. Again, he still really doesn't like the pants, guys. I don't think the pants you wear is what makes you gay. I think that's, you know, because of the people that you love and care about. But even if I was gay, there's nothing wrong with that. And I really dislike when people use that in a derogatory way. I know lots of amazing people who happen to be gay, and it's none of my business what they do in the privacy of their own home, just like it isn't yours. That was flushed. Absolutely flushed. You don't need to stay in the closet. You're gay. My wife would disagree with you. But it's enough slander. Jamin, that's the kind of thing we can just not need to tolerate. You prefer him to not wear those pants? Very gay of you. People who have literally nothing better to do than trash other people are a certain type of special. Yeah, it's not great. A good drill to come, stop over the top. Yes, so same one we were just doing. So grab a head cover. I'm going to use this mitten, but, you know, create a physical barrier on this side of the golf ball. So behind your ball and to the right. And let's talk about what happens. Why do you swing over the top? When your takeaway gets inside, close to you, right, there's nowhere else to go except this way to get back to the ball. So if you can learn how to keep the club head out, I'm exaggerating here, learn how to keep your hands in and the club head out in the takeaway, because you need this room. This is where the room that the club's going to shallow in. So learn how to keep that club head out, hands stay in, to start the takeaway. And then with this physical barrier here, right, learn how to hit shots where you don't disturb that head cover. So you can start slow, right? Hands stay in. This is going to get that club path more neutral, less across it, right? The over-the-top slice path to the ball will be blocked. So learn how to hit some shots with the head cover in that position at maybe 50% speed, and you'll see that ball start to fly a lot straighter. So long. Insecure. Yeah, LMO. Cool beans, I was just thinking the same. Big round of applause for yourselves. Over 50 likes. Keep it up, gang. Amazing, Jamin. Just hit 20,000 views on my screen, too. That's very cool. For a little impromptu evening session. Really grateful for all the support, guys. It's incredible to me how many of you continue to keep coming back to watch me do these live streams and hear me babble and ramble about different topics. And I'm really, really proud of the community that we're building together, how positive and supportive it is, how excited people are to come engage with it. It's just, you know, the very beginning of the thing that I was dreaming about building. And to feel like there's some traction and we're making steps towards those goals, and it seems to be helping people, and people are coming and saying, you know, this is an important thing for me to have in my journey. That means the world to me. So I'm incredibly grateful for all your support, and I'm so excited to see what comes next. We're definitely going to have some more structure heading into 2026. So next year, I have a whole plan. I'm curious what some of you guys think. The plan is to do like a year-long, you know, content around 4 quarters, you know, different areas of focus, you could call them that, and just really highlighting the process and the effort that goes into them. So, for example, the first quarter might be like physical, or I was thinking, you know, sort of 4 quadrants like body, mind, soul, and spirit, something like that. Those would be the 4 overarching themes of the 4 quarters of the year. But then, so quarter 1 would be body, right? So when we're doing speed training, we're doing mobility work for our golf swing, we're doing weight training, you know, and workouts, you know, documenting some diet stuff and showing what it would look like to take your diet to the next level. You know, the mind one could be something like, you know, working on strategy and course management and mindfulness on the golf course, trying to work with people to implement strategies to do those kinds of things. Just a bunch of bumbling ramblers supporting each other. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. All right. It is officially dark, guys, so we're going to wrap it up here. Stay tuned to the channel. We're going to have lots more cool videos and things coming out soon. If you're serious about your game and you want to not wait until the spring to start improving, go find the link in my bio for one-on-one coaching. The links for the net return and the RAPSODO are in the description in my bio as well. Thanks for the stream. I'll try to hop in another one. Thanks for being here, dude. Really nice engagement from Coates and your questions. Sonder on in peace, my friends. There we go. Love it, guys. All right, everyone. That's all I got for tonight. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we'll see you tomorrow for another stream. You guys being crazy. We're just wrapping up. Your brother seems unsure about playing right now. Sir, we don't need these holes in the yard. All right, children.